All right, cool. Right back where we left off last week. Welcome to the Cult of Personality Podcast. I'm your host, per usual, Mikeymcchoppa, and with us today is a special guest. Today we have Reallydjay. Welcome.
What's good, y'all? What's good? It's good to be on here. You feel me? It's my first interview, actually.
Well,
So,
congratulations to that, man. I was just talking to the guy before, or well, now last week in YouTube time, and it was his first interview too. So
feel
it's
me?
cool. I'm hearing this a lot more, and it makes me happy to hear.
And that's a good thing to hear, bro. It means you're going in the right direction. You're really putting on for like the next generation of the music. You feel me?
I'm really trying. I really am trying. But no man, how's it going? How you been?
Chilling, family, feel me? Just really just trying to stay consistent with music and like marketing myself and
Right,
promoting myself. You feel me? So
right.
yeah, that's all I really been up to. Trying to get a job, start working again.
That's awesome, man. What you been up to recently? Like before now?
Uh, Before and now, pretty much same old same. Just really trying to connect to get my name out there and stuff. Like that's all I really been focused on. You feel me? Just pushing, promoting, building my brand. You know, it's just business.
Hell yeah, man. So that's good that you even discussed that side right off the rip, just the business side of elements of the business element of this whole shit. So what do you do? You only do music? Like, are you a vocalist, producer? Do you do clothes?
Nah,
Give
yeah,
me
I
the
make
rundown.
beats. So I started off producing, but I was
Mhm.
very ass because okay, wait, I'll just explain the whole thing. So I started off like what year? Like 2016 ish. Yeah, like 2016, 2017. And I was really into like dubstep, like, Skrillex, like electronic music and shit.
Hell
So
yeah.
like I wanted to get in and start making dubstep, but then like I seen the whole process and I was like, fuck no. So I started making beats. And then from the beat thing, I just gradually kept doing it. You feel me? It wasn't like the best or whatever. And then I was like, you know what? I want to rap. So I started,
Before you continue on, I had like a really big dubstep phase as a kid. So
yeah,
what goes into making dubstep music? If you could describe it as quickly as possible before we get on to what you were saying.
see, because I still don't make dubstep just because that shit looks crazy. But from the looks of it, it's like it's different from like a rap song because like the beat, you can just take certain instruments out, but like with dubstep, you have to add drops and then crazy ass basses and then switch ups and shit. And it's like, yeah, it's just
A
too
lot of
much.
transitional shit going
You
on.
feel me? Yeah, it's always transitioning and progressing. So I'm like, yeah,
All right,
that's
well, continue on to what you were saying before about like you were like talking about I think becoming a rapper.
yeah. So started off as a producer and shit. It was whatever. I was like, cool. I liked making beats and making music, so that was the fun part. And then one day I was like, let me hop on one of my beats. So I just started rapping and shit. It was ass back then. I was back in like eighth grade, and yeah, it wasn't nothing too serious. You feel me? I was on and off of it because I was playing basketball at the time too. So
Right.
like I was on and off, and then because I was staying in Texas at the time too. And then I moved out here around sophomore year. So then, California, that's where I stay, Riverside.
Oh
So
wow,
I moved out here.
how'd you make that move? From where? Texas, you said?
Yeah. So shit, my story's great. I'm originally from Atlanta, right?
Okay.
From
Shout out to ATL.
you feel me, the city. So from Atlanta, I went to Texas in sixth grade, and then from sixth grade to sophomore year in Texas, then I moved to California. And then I was staying in Texas with my mom because me and my mom we're both from Atlanta and we lived
Mhm.
together. I grew up with my mom, and then my dad he stays out here, so I just said fuck it, I want to move out there. There was more opportunity out here, so I had to take the change.
Hell yeah. For sure. I mean, I feel you. I just went through a recent move as well. Not as spectacular as Texas and Cali, but it was upstate New York to New York City. So,
And that's big. That's big.
I mean, I used to live out in the Bronx, so it's nothing crazy
Okay.
or nothing new, but that time away from here, it was like, damn, I need to be back.
Nah, you feel me? I already know. I be getting homesick too. Shit,
Yeah,
I
man.
get shit I feel like when you're from multiple places, like you just miss the places that you were in for like extended periods of time.
Especially if they're places too that you were younger, because I feel like they
Feel
play
me?
more of a developmental
Yeah, and who
role.
you are now, like
Right.
this is where you connected more because that's where you were like that's where your upbringing was. You feel me?
Can people tell you're from Atlanta or Texas when you're in Cali, or can people tell you're from Atlanta when you're in Texas or anything like that?
Well, when I first moved to Texas, I had like a crazy ass like Atlanta accent. So like everybody would always be on my ass about it. And then, it kind of dwindled in within like the ATL and like I say like Dallas Fort Worth area in Texas. So it kind of mixed in with those two accents and stuff.
Right.
So like yeah, at first they were like, oh yeah, you don't sound like you're from here, and then like, oh yeah, whatever. And then when I moved out here, they were like, oh, you sound very southern, and I'm just like, I mean, yeah, yeah,
That's what it is, you know. No, the only reason I asked too is because I know with places like even New York, people say all the time like, "Oh, are you from New York?" Just off your voice.
exactly.
So I know with Atlanta and I know with, all the other, Texas especially too, both places having very heavy like accents, I feel like that are recognizable. I was wondering.
That's facts. That's facts. That's so facts.
Yeah, man. But continue on. I keep cutting you off and I'm sorry. But
Oh no,
you're
you're good. You're good. Well, where was I at? I was the accent. So yeah, moved out here. Boom. They were like, oh, you sound like from the south, and then now I sound like I don't even know what I sound like to be honest. I feel like I just sound like me, but
yeah, that's how I feel about myself too.
everybody they'll be like, oh no, 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 you don't sound like you're from. I'm like, whatever, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, so like with the rap stuff, you feel me? Yeah, so I took like a major break from it, right? From all music shit. I would like dibble dabble with it, but I took like a big ass break, right?
hmm
Until sophomore year because I met my homie Mose. Shout out Mose. But I met my homie, right? And me and him, like our story is basically the same, bro. We literally like we were making music, right? And then like people weren't fucking with it. And then we were kind of like, self-doubting and shit. And then we just stopped both. But then we met each other and we were like freestyling in fucking what was it, biology or it was chemistry. We are in chemistry class and shit. That class was so lit. We're in chemistry class freestyling and shit, literally boom. And then we were like, bro, we need to start making music again. And then shit. And that was in 2020. That was in 2020. Yeah, that was in 2020. So COVID year.
Yeah, man. Holy shit, that's so cool though. You guys were like both on your own paths and you guys met and
Yep.
reignited each other's passion. That's so cool.
Exactly.
That's really
Exactly.
fucking dope. In 2020, I could only imagine was a tricky year. That was kind of like when time stood still. I feel like I was doing music heavy in 2020 as well,
Mhm.
and I feel like it was such like a clash because you're trying to do so. I was trying to do some new shit, or I was trying to like whatever progress, and I felt like COVID just like had the complete opposite
Yeah,
force. It
bro.
was like stop everything you're doing,
It was like that for me, but for basketball, because like I was playing like travel ball and AAU and stuff, and
Right,
then I was actually trying to get really good because sophomore year, like when you're a sophomore in high school, you have decent skill in like sports, you can get better within that year, that summer, and you can
right.
like take your talents to different places and do better. But shit, I don't know.
Now with
As
all the
soon as
travel
basketball left,
restrictions,
oh God, bro, oh
right.
God. It's like as soon as basketball left though, like music like sparked right back up. It was like in the back of my mind, and I was like, yeah, I need to like keep on going with this shit. Because then
That's
like when I
awesome.
came back, I actually sounded better than I did when I when I stopped. You feel me? I sounded way
Yeah.
better. So I was like, oh yeah,
That's awesome. I mean, it's cool because I feel like it's cool in the sense that it shows that you gave it so much thought that you got better from just thinking about it so heavy, and then when you started, you already had a different speed, like a different, than where you left off.
yeah. On me, like my sound been developing and shit. But nah, yeah, it's been cool. Like it's been cool, especially from sophomore year to now, because now I'm 19 now.
hmm
Back then I was like 16, yeah, like 16, 15. So like 4 year time span of just growth. It's been
That's
beautiful.
that's sick. Wait, so how old are you now?
Oh wait, I'm 19. My bad. I did the math wrong because I cannot do math. That was like three years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah. I mean, our time lines up. I'm a year ahead. I'm 20 now. And no, I think we might have been. When's your
Are
birthday?
you 03?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. I turned
Okay,
20 in
so
November.
our timing lines up. Yeah, I feel you. Because you're talking about a lot of shit with like COVID and wanting to start
Hmm.
music, and I'm like, holy shit! Like that was when I wanted to start music up again. It was
You
like
feel me?
junior year.
I feel like quarantine like it opened a lot of people up to music,
hmm
especially with just like TikTok. Because bro, everybody was on TikTok. Everybody was on TikTok. Like TikTok blew the fuck up. And as
Right.
TikTok's blowing up, artists are blowing up. And then people seeing that and people literally just seeing artists like all the time, they're like, oh yeah, like we could do this shit too. That's why the sound's innovating a lot.
Hell yeah, man. And I feel like now I feel like you even have a wave of TikTok rappers because of TikTok, like Yeet type shit.
No, yeah, there are TikTok rappers specifically for TikTok.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But,
So
but
that,
it's all love though. It's no hate on that because
no,
like,
no, no, yeah, for
no,
sure.
yeah,
It's no hate at all. I think it's really cool. And you know what? Maybe it's because I'm high right now. Because I'm gonna give you a
bro,
whole.
I'm sober, but it's cool though.
I took a bong right before the podcast, so I'm gonna give you like this cool, wholesome opinion that won't line up with any of my other interviews because I was straight sober. But I'm
Go
here
ahead.
like
That shit's great.
I think it's so cool that people are still finding new creative ways because I feel like people feel like music is so drained out since SoundCloud, like since 2016, and people think everything is so uncreative and unoriginal right now. And I feel like people just look in the wrong area or are so quick to write things off because I feel like there's so much creativity still being found. It's just it's not the way that we're used to recognizing it.
Exactly, used to, because bro, we grew up, bro. Our generation, we grew up in the age of the internet.
Right,
Like we grew up with like so much information and so much access to everything that like it's so much we still haven't like tapped into.
right.
And it's just like that's why it's all coming to light now. Like who would have thought? Like I feel like how I was saying I used to fuck with dubstep and like EDM and shit.
Hmm.
So like I feel like now in this age, like this day and age, like it's like the underground is kind of mixing in with that like electronic sound. And
Yeah,
it's like everything is coming together, like with the punk scene, because I'm in the punk scene too. So the punk scene, like the rave scene, the fucking and the rap scene, they're all like conjoining and shit, just different
hell
ways. And
yeah.
it's like it's beautiful. Like that shit sounds great. So I'm
These
just
are
like,
these are like the truest forms of like intricate subgenres, and it's happening today, and people don't even know it or recognize
bro,
it or
yeah,
appreciate it to the level
I
that it should
appreciate.
be
They're not gonna
appreciated.
appreciate it now, but like when it like 4 years later, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, you remember like those times and we had these artists, just like 2016. Niggas were not appreciating that shit, but it was blown. Like 2016 was like a good year for music, and then 2017 too. It was just a good year. Like all the niggas coming out.
Those were really good years, bro. And I think we're capable of doing it again. You know?
I think it is. I think it's happening right now. Like I'm legit certain that it's like happening right now.
I I was thinking about that earlier today to myself. I wasn't talking to anybody about it, and I was thinking, I was like, we could be on the like, like before earthquake, you get the little pebbles rumbling and the water's vibrating and
Yeah,
shit. We're like on that wave
you
of
feel
like
me?
something big, you know?
It's gonna like yeah, it's gonna happen. Like especially this year. I don't know. I've always like last year. I just had a good feeling about this year.
Me too. And I came into this year rolling in with blessings, and I know that there's synchronies to this shit. Or however you say
Yeah, synchronicities.
synchronicities to this shit, and I know everybody be connected because I know when
Exactly.
I know when I'm going through some shit, I see other people going through
Other
some
people,
shit too. And when I'm on a high and when I'm good, I see other people doing good too, and I'm like, all right, so
you
like
feel me? The universe works in crazy ways, bro.
right.
And
So in a weird like self-centered way, if I know like if I'm doing all right, like other people are about to start doing all right as well. So
you feel me? Even if it's not like simultaneously, like it's gonna happen. Like life
right,
happen. Like shit happens in waves. I feel like it's just like you have
yeah,
waves of good, you have waves of bad, and it's just like it just that's just how it is. You just gotta accept,
right,
work past it, move on, so you can grow.
hell yeah.
Nah, it's facts.
No, yeah, man. So moving a little henceforth from this conversation and getting back onto you, that we're kind of gonna start with the first question, which is really DJ, the name, the image, the aura, and the energy. How to
Okay.
start, how to get here, and everything in between is kind of like your origin story.
All right, bet. Nah, this is funny. So I went through so many name changes. Well, I won't say so many. I went through like 4 or 5 names, right? I
Hmm.
can't remember all of them, but what's it called? So really DJ, it really started in when did I get this name? It was junior year, right? So
Hmm.
my fucking Instagram got hacked, right? And like it was like it wasn't just like, oh yeah, it got hacked, boom, make another account. It was like the nigga was trying to be me. Like he was trying to be me, texting all my friends, all the shorties. Like I was like, bro. So like so mind you, he's texting the hoes and shit, right? Trying to send him some like forex shit or whatever, the little scams or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then like people are coming up to school to me and they're like, DJ, why'd you text me this and that? Like, why'd you do this and that? Oh, DJ, you gonna give me 10,000 bucks, like you said? I'm like, nigga, that was not me. So like people were dead confused. Like they were so confused. Like they didn't really know which one was me. So I was like, you know what? This is really DJ. Like I'm really DJ. Like that side, and it just stuck. I was like, yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. So before that, you were just DJ,
I was
or
what was I before? So before my name before was Kudagari. It means darkness in Japanese.
okay.
And then before that, I think I was Sad King. Yeah, Sad King. And then I can't remember before that. I just remember Sad King, Kudagari, and really DJ.
With that being said, did you build much of a fan base with those names or under those aliases?
Nah, not really. Just like the people that I knew at school. But really, DJ. So I like in high school because it was my senior year when I started getting like making like better music
Mm-hmm.
per se. That's when like people started like really hearing my shit. And the crazy thing is before my shit started popping around school, I was like yeah, I want to make a song that everybody at school fucks with. But like, I said that my junior year, and then like it happened, and like, I was like, oh shit, like this shit's really gonna like start taking going places. Cause I'm like, this is only a small goal. Like imagine, if I'm thinking bigger, I'm like, yeah. And I had people like, right behind me. It's like, yeah, it's gonna take off.
I mean, I think that was such a cool thing because you have such a good foundation when you're in something like school, whether it's high school or college or whatever the fuck you're in,
Mad connection.
because you have mad people around you always. That's like free networking
Exactly.
always. You're
Exactly.
legally obligated to just be around all these people. You might as well make the best of it, right?
That's what I'm. That's exactly. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yo, bro, because like when I was doing music, bro, especially once the pandemic hit and I wasn't in school anymore, bro, the only
Mhm.
people I could put onto my shit was like the internet.
You feel me?
I didn't
That's
have
all.
access to people because I was super isolated at home, you know? So like
That's
that's really
facts.
fucking dope that you took advantage of that situation. Cause I feel like the thing with high school is too, maybe I'm crazy. Like well, my experience, this isn't for everybody, obviously. I felt like I was so young that I didn't take the fullest advantage of everything I could have in that
Oh
time.
yeah, but bro, honestly, because like I feel the same way. Even though I was doing shit, I was like, damn, I could have like if I had the information I had now, I would be like, shit, I would have been really, really popping around school. But you just learn from shit. Like shit takes time. You feel me? So it's like, you feel me? I feel like stuff happens when it's supposed to.
Right.
So it's like, yeah. But nah, my bad. Where was I? I'll be forgetting shit a lot.
We left up, we were talking about names and you got hacked and stuff like that. And then from there.
Yeah. So yeah, boom. I got hacked, and then like I was really telling everybody, I'm like, bro, this is my account. Follow this account, post it, blah blah blah. Then I got all my followers back. But no, that shit was crazy. Like, bro was really trying to beat me. Like, and then like video call this nigga, and mind you, I'm calling my account, but like it's not me.
Right.
So, bro, this dude's like, he's legit like he's in like Africa, right? I don't know which part, but like it was like he literally like showed me around, and it was just like mud streets and shit. Like I was like, oh shit. So this is
He
I was
was in
like
the trenches.
the real trenches, bro, not these American ones, bro. I was like, damn.
He's in the third world trenches.
I'm like, nigga, you can have the account. Like, I'm just gonna make another one. I'm like, oh,
That's
man.
hilarious, bro. I mean, it's terrible that you got hacked, but I mean, what's cool is that you got like you get like a blessing out of it, you know? Like
No, yeah, yeah.
a whole new like a opportunity to have a whole new like presentation to the world, you
Persona,
know?
you feel me?
Yeah. Even
Cause
if it's
like,
something as like small as Instagram, you know? It's like
yeah, facts. It literally made me come up with another name because I was just like, because at first, yeah, because I was gonna change my name anyway. I didn't like have any ideas, but I was like, yeah, because Scooter people are like, they were like, oh, what does that mean? I just got tired of answering that.
right.
Tired of answering that. I'm like, yeah,
Did
I
that
just,
did that name change happen simultaneously? Like, was it really DJ on Instagram, so you changed that to like your music shit or like SoundCloud or whatever, or was that kind of like your Instagram
yeah,
and you were like,
yeah.
fuck it?
It was my Instagram, and then I was like, yeah, like I think this is my name. Like this is me. So like
Yeah.
I changed everything. Boom, that's my branding now. It's my name. Like yeah, no more name changes unless I go through an existential crisis. You feel me?
So, how's your progress been as really DJ? Like so far with gaining a fan base of sorts.
So I feel like in my situation, I feel like I'm doing pretty good right now.
Hmm.
Like it's gonna be a slow start. Like I never intended this shit to be quick, you know. I feel like that's why
Right.
a lot of people fail. They always want the quick success, but this shit's
It's
not
not
quick.
possible. Yeah.
It's literally not. It's not possible. It's not quick. Like you got to put a hell of time into it. So my junior year from through my senior year, I was mainly just focused on just making music
Hmm.
and making good music. And then yeah, and then last year I delved into like promoting it a little bit more. You know, I'm getting traction and shit. Like I haven't paid for like really much promo and shit at all either. So I'm just like all of it's like just people I connect with. And then I'm like, hey, fuck with my music, boom, boom, boom. And they tapping in and it's cool. And like I really fuck with it. You feel me?
That's awesome. I mean, it's cool because I feel like it sets a more intimate relationship with your following, like the
You
people
feel
who
me?
listen to
Yeah.
you and support you.
Yeah,
Um,
I want everything organic. You feel me? Like all organic growth, like just real people. Like I don't just want numbers. Like I want people like that. Cause I've had people that is like, oh yeah, like this shit, like this song's like really good. Like I fuck with it. Boom. Just people text me randomly, like people I don't know. And I'm just like, damn, like that. I love that feeling. You know?
that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I can even relate in a sense, but that's awesome that you have this like connection, this real life connection with your families because a lot of people just start on the internet, I feel like, and they only have the numbers and they only have like I
Yeah.
guess comments and stuff like that too, and like Instagram and like stuff like that, like social media interaction, but I don't know, it's different.
And yeah, and that's cool too. That's what I'm like working on right now. I feel like I wanted to get my community first, like just get the community I'm in, like spread my shit around locally, and then grow like that. And now I'm
Right.
like, you know, now I need to take it to the internet. I've been on TikTok, you know, just posting and shit, trying to keep shit consistent so I can start slowly building and shit. You know, just setting the stone so it can like grow into a mountain. You feel me? Like,
It's so difficult for me at least for TikTok, like marketing and stuff. Like how have you been handling that?
bro, I hate TikTok. I legit hate TikTok, but it's okay though. I feel like you know it's just a little love hate relationship. Like I love when people comment and be like, "Oh yeah, this is hard," boom. But like it's just so slow. It's just so slow moving.
It's stuff like, bro, I don't know, man. It's hard with TikTok or what I like TikTok. I like watching TikTok.
Yeah, yeah.
However, the effects that TikTok has had on social media in general has
Hmm.
been terrible.
It's
It's like
everywhere.
now if you want to blow up on Instagram, Reels. If you want to blow up on YouTube, YouTube Shorts. If you want to blow up
Shorts,
on TikTok, that's its own thing. You want to I don't even know if people blow up on Snapchat now, you
bro.
know?
Yeah, I was literally thinking about that shit.
And
I
they
was like,
and they have their own Reels feature too or whatever.
yeah,
So it's like, but yeah, man, you know? Shit's crazy.
nah, shit's wild out here.
So I don't know. That's like the only thing I can protest because I really like that there are people coming out of TikTok and stuff like that, and people succeeding, and
Mhm.
shit continuing the way it's supposed to be continuing.
Yeah,
But that's like the one thing I have to protest with TikTok, bruh.
yeah, yeah. It did change. It changed everything. So I'm saying like 2020. It literally like 2020, everybody started seeing TikToks because TikTok started blowing up. And then Instagram was like, oh yeah, let me add reels. And YouTube's like, oh yeah, let me add shorts and like
And it makes it so hard as a creator in general
to get
because
seen. Yeah.
I found it hard when I was doing music to promote myself and stuff as a musician. With the podcast, it's a little easier, I feel, to promote, but I still have such a hard time gaining an outreach, like the most, I guess, what's the word, desirable outreach
Mhm.
algorithm, whatever the fuck, you
Yeah.
know. So I can only imagine as an artist how hard it is.
Nah, yeah. It's just cause like with promotion, I feel like all this shit I've been watching, it's
Hmm.
like you need to bring some type of value to like the people that are watching it. Like or just grab their interest somehow. Like, what are you providing for them? You know what I mean? Because
Right,
it's like if you're just giving them music, it's like okay, yeah, like a million people are giving them music, but just like, what else are you giving them? Like, is it a cool visual? Is it like just something? Like, are you giving them something that's like of worth?
right.
Whether it's like you know just your time, your shit, a conversation, or something. You know, something that people are interested in that'll keep them wanting to come back and like tap in with you. You know what I mean? And I'm really just trying to work on that and develop that, figure out Bro, with this music shit, it's a lot of soul searching, bro. You gotta figure out who you are.
Word.
Because if you don't know who you are, then how are you gonna portray who you are in
Right.
the sound? So it's like,
That was something I had a lot of trouble with when I did music, like figuring out how I wanted to present myself, and
mhm.
I became so I became so self-analytical and so I feel like even like critical towards myself, and it made me very insecure.
I feel like that's also a part of it. Like you have to be self-analytical, but at the same time, you put something out there, and if somebody fucks with it, you gotta like you gotta throw that like that voice that's in the back of your head telling you, oh, don't do this, just throw that shit away. Because like
Word.
it's like you're your worst enemy too. You feel me? You're your greatest friend, but your worst enemy, and you're your worst enemy because like say like you have a song, boom, you don't like it, but thousands of other people will probably like that shit.
Right.
And it's shit. That's testimony to me for real. Cause like what's it called? I dropped like a like alternative type song, like like guitar, drums and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And and I thought it was like I didn't like it. Like I did not like that song. I just put it on a little tape I drops. Didn't like it. It's like whatever. The song's probably not gonna do nothing. Like, it's my like most popular song.
It'd be the ones you sleep on that
Yes,
blow up.
heavily sleep on it. Like everybody still texting me about because the song's called Fly Away. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Fly Away. That's the one." I'm just like, "Damn, bro. Like, I don't know how to do that shit again." But it's just like, yeah, you never know.
It'll
Never know.
happen, that's for sure. But that's really cool, man, that you're making the effort to, get it, to understand it, to
Yeah,
acquire like this good outreach that I don't know I could ever I don't know. I think about it often. Like, could I ever see myself having that kind of like what's the word? Like influencer outreach, you know?
you will. And the fact that I say that because like what you're already doing right now, I feel like a lot of people underestimate what they're doing in the moment. Like,
For sure.
you feel me? But like the fact that it's on your mind, you're constantly thinking about it. Like you're just gonna keep propelling you in a direction to where you want to be. Like, you feel me? You just thinking about it repeatedly,
Right.
constantly, you ingraining it in your head. At some point, you just got to be like, this is who I am, and that's just like that's who I am to myself, and that's who I am. Shit, it don't matter if
Yeah,
you're not that to everybody, but like you
I
will be
mean,
that.
I just kind of carry social media now as like, or like that whole like even presenting yourself is just like I don't even give a fuck about a filter anymore. Like I just keep it real. Like this is me, you know? So
You feel me?
I post funny shit, I post whatever the fuck, and who gives a fuck?
Oh God, bro. Like that's so facts. And even me, like when I be posting stories and shit, like just on Instagram or whatever, like you know how the story is supposed to like just make it more you like connect people.
Yeah.
So I just be posting like what I want. You feel me? I mainly post like my music a lot,
Mhm.
but you know, in between that shit, I'm posting just like just shit I like. Just the
Right.
stuff that's on my mind, positive shit too. You feel me? Like want to keep the positivity like flowing. You feel me? I don't want people to succumb to the hate. Oh, stupid ass PlayStation. I know this
Yeah,
shit just.
I hate when that shit happens. Fucking press the by accident with your toe or your fucking
I
whatever.
know, bro. But yeah, you feel me?
I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, like besides someone brought to my attention. I don't know if it was the guy I interviewed last time or if someone before him. I think it might have just been earlier. But someone said they were like, besides like podcasts and like stuff like I'm doing or whatever,
Mm,
the only way you really have to like a personal outreach to your favorite artist is like through their social medias, like
yep.
stories and lives and stuff like that.
I mean, interviews as well. Definitely interviews. I'm always looking at artist interviews and shit.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I had like just a phase of my life where I did nothing but sit in my room and watch music videos and like artist interviews.
Yep.
And I still love watching interviews to this day.
Oh God, like me too. Like, cause like what's it called? You never like really understand how like connected you are with everybody till you hear them start speaking about their life and their
Right.
goals and their aspirations. And then you're like, damn, like we got like a similar path like we're trying to do. And it might be in two different fields, but it's just like the ideology and the mental, like we were trying to do the same shit
Right.
just in different ways, but we're trying to do the same shit. You feel me?
And it and it personifies people. I feel like people look at celebrities or look at even their favorite artists who aren't that big, but they're bigger,
Mhm.
and they look at them like they're not people sometimes. I feel like people get objectified, and I feel like interviews and their social and how they present them, how they talk like a real person and stuff like
Mhm.
that brings them back down to earth and in our heads.
Yeah, it brings them back down to being just like a regular person. You feel me?
Right,
They're just because they're just saying regular shit. It's not the music anymore. It's not the world that you get put in when you hear a song. It's like it's just who they are, and
right.
like I fuck with that because it's like it just reassures me that like I can do this shit because these niggas are regular people. Like I was watching the Short Lonely interview. I watched it after I went to a show, or was it
Hmm.
before? It was either before or after, probably both. But I was watching his interview. He was like when he was talking, I was like, damn, like I was resonating with a lot of the shit he was saying, and I was like yeah, I'm just keep staying on this path. You feel me? Just because like like I was saying before, we're all literally trying to do the same thing. It might not be the same path, or wait, my bad. It's on the same path, but it might not be the same thing.
Right. Yeah, man. Um, and I think that's why it's important that we have things like what I like recently, besides like podcasts and like the popularity of podcasts and interviews and stuff like that. I like the popularity of documentaries again
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with rappers. Like I remember originally like the Peep documentary came out because he passed away.
Yeah, bro. Long live Peep. I didn't see it because every time I like listen to Peep or look at shit, I'm just like, damn. Because
I get really sad like at the sight of him
crazy,
now.
crazy thing. Peep died on my birthday.
Really? So you're a
Yes,
Scorpio?
yeah, November 15th.
November 15th. That's my little sister's birthday too.
Oh shit. Okay, that's
So
cool.
it was bittersweet because I was like, oh shit, my little sister turned like what 2017 4 at that time, and it was like my favorite artist just fucking died.
I
I was
know,
so
bro.
devastated.
Literally, I was so like, I woke up like because it happened. It happened the night. It happened in the nighttime, right? So I
Yeah,
woke up the next day, and all I see is like R.I.P. Peep, and I'm just like, what the fuck, like what? And then I'm just checking everything, and like I'm like, oh, bro, this nigga really died, and it was like,
bro.
damn.
For me, bro, I can tell you exactly where I was and what I was doing on my phone, bro. Like it's burned in my brain, bro. I'm gonna tell it, and then I'm gonna get back on track because I know
Oh, nah, you're good.
I haven't been asking many like questions. I haven't been
Nah, you're good, bro. We were talking.
but bro, it was freshman year, bro.
Yeah.
It was the day after for me too because it happened in the nighttime.
Mhm.
All right. It was freshman year. I'm on the fucking school bus, and what I would do because I was trying to get back into making music was listen to type beats. So I would listen to Peep type beats because I was like the hottest thing out right now. I was fucking with Lil Peep so heavy. I was obsessed with Lil Peep, bro. And so I looked up Lil Peep type beat. I'm watching like whatever little producers I follow and shit.
Mhm.
So I'm listening to one of the beats in the description. It says R.I.P. Pete.
Yeah, on God.
Yo, so I'm thinking it's like some like oh like haha dark edgy Xanax haha I want to take my
Yeah, like
life shit.
R.I.P. Young bruh.
Yeah,
On
yeah, like
God.
some shit like that, bro. But then on the videos under it's Damas live, Little Peep dead at da 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 21 overdose. Bro, I watched that shit on the school bus and I was like, no,
On
I
God,
didn't
bro.
say anything. I just had to sit there so angry. Like
Just process that shit. I was just like, that's literally how I woke up. I was like, what? Like, it just didn't make sense. I was just like, bruh, like, no way.
it was so unexpected because he was just going up and up and up and then it just stopped and out of
Hmm.
nowhere. And I don't know. I envisioned him going so far. It sucked.
No, yeah, he definitely would have been like a pioneer of today's sound. He already is like
He
in
already
certain,
really is,
he
bro.
already is in different like subgenres and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, he would have been like a major pioneer because he was really tapped in. Like, I don't know if people noted, but he was really tapped in like a lot of different people, just
Hell
big
yeah,
artists.
bro. He was
But
doing
yeah,
shit, music outside of music and with music, both crazy shit. He was gonna do some
yeah, bro.
closing shit. Apparently, I thought that was cool. But we'll move on. We'll move forward.
And that's
And
all good.
it's cool because this can actually transition into a question I wanted to ask you, or I like to ask on the podcast, which is like,
Mm.
what inspirations do you have that brought you here? Whether they're musical or movies or whatever the fuck it could be that inspired you to hop in front of a microphone and be a musician or artist.
Let me I, I hate this question because I never can think about it. But so like, what was I listening to? I was listening to like I said, a lot of Skrillex. I was listening to just like a lot of EDM. I've been tapped in with the underground like shit because I was always on SoundCloud, so I've been tapped in with the underground. Like a lot of the people who are blowing right now, like I've already heard them and shit. Like
Right.
Jace, you know Jace? I don't know if you know Jace.
Chase. Was he in some
Uh,
controversy recently?
Probably, but damn, I don't know what song. He has like a lot of songs that like blew up on TikTok though.
Yeah.
But what's it called? Before he blew, he was just, like, cause he's from Fort Worth, so you remember I stayed in Fort Worth and shit too. So that's when I really picked up on him. I was like, oh yeah, he's pretty cool, and then he just blew, and I was like, damn. And that right there made me think. I'm like, nigga, I can definitely do this because he was a nobody. I remember joining his lives, bro had like maybe like a few people in there and shit. You know, nothing major, nothing more than like 20. You feel me?
Right.
And now he's just now bro's like huge, like he's big. But
That's awesome.
yeah, so influences though, definitely a lot of EDM. Uh, definitely like just whatever was going on SoundCloud was influencing me because I was really just taking in all of SoundCloud. So I would just say SoundCloud, definitely like just SoundCloud in general.
That's
Like, you
awesome.
know,
That's
like I
such.
see, oh
Go
my
ahead.
bad.
Oh,
Like I see Twat, Cardi, you know, Uno the activist, like all them Atlanta niggas too. Feel me? That shit was really, bro. The music was just so good back then. It was just so good. Like it was like something like you just never heard, and then like it was mad nostalgic, just the sound you were hearing.
it became so nostalgic so quick, which is so crazy to me. Like by 2017, by 2018, you listen to 2016 music and you were like, damn.
Because it was mad creative, bro. It was like nobody was doing nothing these people were doing at the time. Like they were really changing up the industry, like just so rapidly.
Yeah. It's so crazy to even think about it. But continue on forth. I mean, it's cool that you even mentioned all of SoundCloud because I feel like that already gives you so much variety
You feel
rather
me?
than just naming like one or two or three artists, you
Yeah,
know?
because it's like I was always listening to like just different shit. Like I was never listening to like one thing all the time. Uh, a big influence, just like a big influence, like Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's the fucking goat.
The fucking GOAT.
The
Say it
fucking
again
goat,
for everybody watching. Yo,
bro.
bro, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Michael Jackson.
Bro, the game, the fucking
The Wii
the
game.
little dance game, bro. I knew
Yeah.
every song, every move, nigga.
I had
Like,
the glove and everything, bro.
religiously play that shit. That nigga made me want
Facts.
to. I was dancing when I was younger. Like I was on a little dance team, doing all that shit. That shit was fun.
Hell yeah, bro. Dude, he's the fucking GOAT. And I feel like people are so deterred away from giving Michael Jackson, like, everyone gives Michael Jackson his flowers, but there's that one little group of
Yeah,
people
bro.
that are like, nah, he's freaky. He did freaky shit. Da da da. Bro, how the feds go through his crib like 4 or 5 times and found nothing? Like,
Uh,
like, it just doesn't
all
make
I'm gonna
sense.
say, all I'm gonna say is when you have that much power and that much influence, people are gonna try to take you down. Because I don't really want to get too deep into it, because like, but people are gonna try to take you down when you have that much power and influence. And
Bro.
he was trying to get all his money back that was being stolen from him from
Mm-hmm.
record labels. So yeah, they're gonna tarnish the fuck out of his name, especially now that he's like passed away. They're gonna tarnish him. They're gonna
Yeah,
be like, oh
yeah.
yeah, he did this and that. But where was that when he was alive? And when he was alive, nothing was proven guilty. So
Right.
it's like, well, I don't know. It don't correlate to what they're
People,
trying to.
yeah, they were definitely trying to smear. It was definitely a smear campaign because he had so much power and he was only going to gain more power and more influence
Yes, he
and
was the
more
voice of the
money,
people.
you
Bro,
know?
this nigga had people out at his concert just from seeing him. Like they were fainting. Like I was like,
I've seen that video,
yes, bro. I'm just like, just look at like some shit like that. Like people really fucked with him. All races, it didn't matter. He broke barriers. Like, and
literally.
that was another thing. Like he was uniting people. You feel me?
Yeah. And when it gets to shit like that, like someone so powerful like that, like fucking Michael Jackson, or you want to talk about Bob Marley, or you want to even go
Hmm.
to something like, I don't know, Tupac, I guess,
Yeah, Tupac by Marley.
That'd be like some US government shit at that point. Like I believe it's like the fucking CIA or some shit, you
Because they're
know?
so big. It's like because business is America. So
Mhm.
when you're interfering with like
It
the
does.
major businesses
They
business
don't give a fuck what you're doing. If you're making
or
that much
who you
money
are. Yeah,
and you got that power, they want you out of here.
gone. They want you gone because they can't control people when they have people like influential, like very influential people like that turn you from what they're pushing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
nah,
So it's cool just to like wrap up the inspirations question with that. 'Cause that was really cool. I fucking love Michael Jackson and
nah,
all of
yeah,
SoundCloud. It's just such a vast thing from cloud rap to just straight
mm-hmm,
alternative shit to
exactly,
whatever acid rap or whatever you want to call like
bro.
all
There's
that
so
crazy
many
shit,
different types of shit.
there's so many subgenres that came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool that you mentioned that and that it's cool. It makes you awesome. That's what makes you.
Nah, yeah, because you're just getting a bunch of different inspiration from different people doing different shit who all have literally. I feel like everybody on SoundCloud that's been on SoundCloud since like I don't even know the year, but they've been on there for a minute, like longer than 3, 4 years, probably five. I say like longer than 4 or 5 years. Like you don't understand, like it's so much diversity on there. Oh, it was. I feel like it is now. You just gotta look, especially now. Like when I be seeing my recommended and shit on SoundCloud, I listen to people and shit
Hmm.
just to check them out. And a lot of people they be like in my same like follower radius and shit. But like I'll just check them out and I'll be like, damn, like this shit's good. Like and it's different. You feel me? It's not like what I'm hearing on TikTok or Instagram and shit. It's like it's mad different. So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's why I know. That's why I feel like this is like this is gonna be like the next 2016 era. Like it's gonna be bigger though. I feel like it can be bigger.
Yeah, I definitely think so too because I think with the popularity of TikTok, I think people being creative and being unique and all these different things have become way more widespread
Mhm.
to I guess people on the surface in general because people are always going to be at different depths and be at different whatever
Yeah.
fucking vibrations or frequencies or
Hmm.
whatever.
Yep. Yep.
So for the people who are more, may I don't know, I guess on the surface, people who are not just quite, people who are not as enlightened or whatever, whoever the fuck, everybody, people have become more aware to being unique and
Hmm.
being yourself.
And that's why a lot of people are like, shit, waking up now and shit.
When
Just know.
26, when 20, yeah, exactly. When 2016 was happening, people were still on like it was so unique because they were the only kind of people on that wave.
Hmm.
Them being so influential influenced everyone to be on that wave. So
Yeah.
now
Like,
if we're doing that all over again, but everyone is on that crazy wave that those original group of pioneers were on,
mhm.
imagine what the fuck we're gonna create.
Yeah, bro. You see these 13-year-olds blowing up like big on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
And they actually don't sound bad. Like they sound straight. They sound good. Like quality is just like it's just like yeah, bro. Like I feel like the youth, this generation, we're gonna create some shit that's like it's gonna be in history.
Dude, trust. I mean, I try to stay as like plugged in with music and the scene and all different music of all kinds, bro. And it's
Mm.
crazy to see like some of these kids that blow up or are on the rise of blowing up are anywhere from fucking 12 years old to
Like
18,
18,
19,
yeah.
you know? It's really it's dope shit, bro. It's really dope. Um you and I we just keep going on the topic of
Nah,
everybody
yeah.
else but us or you, you
Nah, it's
know?
all good,
It's
bro. It's
like,
all
"Oh, it's
good.
the little DJ interview," but that's fine because I love conversations like this. But it's
Nah,
like,
yeah,
"Oh,
exactly. Yeah, me too, bro. Like we're all connected. And I feel like you gotta say it more so people can like understand. You feel me? You gotta give them different scenarios to understand how we're all connected. Because
right, exactly.
like yeah, bro, we're all literally all connected, bro. No
Oh
cap.
yeah." We started off the episode with that. Just kind of like how everything's interconnected.
Hey man, that's literally what I'm all about, bro. Hey man, unity. You feel me? All about unity coming together. Like I got
Exactly.
I have like a collective creative label I'm trying to start. I call it
Hmm.
creative label because I don't just want it to be artists. I want it to be like a artists, clothing brands, videographers, editors, and like all types of shit. But we all,
Everybody. Like opium.
yeah. But we all just fall under the because it's called Star Plus. Star Plus it means unity, like stars connecting together. You feel me?
Right.
So, but yeah, it all follows on. Like we all have our own separate little businesses and shit, all our own endeavors, but it just falls under the Star Plus thing,
Right.
and that's just what that's just how the plan I have for it now. I'm gonna slowly start building up. You feel me? Just connecting with people, telling them what it is, and yeah, seeing if they
That's
fuck with it.
what that's awesome. What planted the seed for that idea? What brought you to
So
that?
like, so basically, I've always wanted like a group, collective kind of thing, right?
Hmm.
And I don't know, just from my experiences and the people I've met, I'm just like, you know what? I feel like the people that are in my life, I feel like we all have like star potential. Like we can all be big. Like we're not normal people. You know what I mean? Like we're
Right,
not like the average person at all. Especially like just in my like direct circle. Like none of us are like we're all like we've all been through a lot of crazy shit. So we all have like different outlooks on life. And it's
right,
just like I feel like just us and our experiences can Hmm. Our experiences can make us like the people that we want to be because we already experienced all like we didn't experience like mad hardships and we're still experiencing hardships. Like, I'm 19, bro. Like I just graduated. Like this shit's hard, but we're
right,
gonna get there. We're gonna get there though. Especially we're just not normal. You feel me? And that's a good thing. It's like I think that's the greatest thing. We're just not normal people.
right.
Like
It just it makes you even more excited for the future, knowing that you're not a normal person, because that means you're not gonna have a normal future.
exactly.
Shit's gonna be crazy. Shit's gonna be lit. Shit's gonna be ups and downs and all that
Yeah.
stuff. You know.
And shit, I'm here for it all, bro. Like, especially like, and this time I feel like, I've been in like a down spot for like a little minute. I've been stagnant. So like I feel like when I come back up, it's gonna be way better than like, I could ever imagine. And
Right.
that's facts.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I feel,
So a creative label. I like the idea of that. You're thinking even on a bigger spectrum, because
yeah, I'm thinking like
yeah,
future.
because and I like that kind of thinking. I'm the same exact way. Trust. I think of turning this podcast into something bigger every day. Like
Oh, it will
obviously
be,
not
bro.
something I can do right now, but do I plan on it in a couple years? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
But that's that CEO mentality. But
Bro, yeah.
it's good that you think like that, because there's people, and there's nothing wrong with only wanting to be a musician or only wanting to do one thing. I think it's easy. I think it's cool, and it's a stable way of doing what you want to do.
Nah, yeah.
But personally, if we're talking me and you, I like to expand and keep my hand in as many pots as possible and stay super occupied. I
Yep.
feel like it's a way to keep myself on my feet, keep my
Mhm.
brain working.
Going, just going, you feel me?
Right.
Yeah. Cause like even with myself, uh like I'm always doing something. Like I didn't like with music videos and shit, because I got a couple music videos out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't want to pay
That's great that you
nobody.
mentioned it. Go ahead.
I didn't want to pay nobody to like shoot my shit. You
Right.
know how music videos are expensive and shit. Like all that shit's expensive.
They
But when you
are.
do it yourself, it's not that expensive. So I bought a camera, and then my homie Chase, shout out Chase. But my homie Chase, he's pretty good with like working a camera and shit. So we are
Mhm.
just like, fuck it, like we'll shoot our own videos, right? So then yeah, so I started doing that. And then like I was like, oh, I don't want to pay nobody to edit it. So I started editing. It just like it all came together. I feel like to be an artist in this day and age, you cannot do one thing. You cannot just be an artist. Like, cause I was going to college. I was going to college. I dropped out. College dropout.
Me too.
Yeah. You feel me? And I'm so glad I dropped out, bro. Like, no cap. I'm
But
so glad.
before you continue on, how long did you stay enrolled before you dropped out?
A semester.
A semester? I didn't even make it a semester.
Bro, I
So I feel
wasn't.
you.
What's funny? Damn, we just keep pivoting off. But so I was going to school, right? And I was just like every day, like the math class, I suck at math. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? Every day, right? So
Mhm.
it was at one point I was like, yeah, I'm not going to math. Cause you know how you don't have to go to class and shit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just not gonna go. Cause it was a 7 a.m. class. Who the fuck wants to wake up like at 6 to go to yeah, not me.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, boom. And then like I was going to school for studio production, so music in general anyway. So I was in like music business classes and shit. And that's the only class I went to. Like that is the only class I went to. I would just show up, I would sit in my car until that class, and then I would just go there, get the information, dip.
That's that's how you gotta do it. Fuck it.
But that was making me realize like, yeah, I don't need to be in school. Cause it's like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't need to be in school. Like for like this shit because like I don't want to do the schoolwork. Like I just don't want to do the schoolwork. Like I feel like I've been doing that shit for like all my life, which we have. And I'm
Right.
just like, yeah, like nah, I'm done. Like I'm done with the schoolwork.
That's exactly how I felt, and I was going for a pointless major, and I was doing virtual, so it was
Mhm.
so easy to just be like, I don't want to go to class today,
Yeah, clothes.
you know,
Yeah,
and go right back to sleep, bro. And eventually, I just stopped going because it was like too much work, too much shit for no reward.
it's
Um,
not even what you want to do.
yeah, and then I had to pay them back like nine. I had to because I had financial aid for my school,
Hmm.
so I had to pay back like $1,000 because I dropped out.
Yeah, I gotta pay that 2K loan.
Yeah, bro. Shit's fucked up. I paid it in one. I had it. I paid it in one sitting. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You know.
Yeah, get that shit out. You feel me?
But
Get it off your record, boom. Ain't got no
that.
debt.
But you know what? That little fucking fee of $1,000 put me on. So many better things happened than if I stood in school. Is all I'm saying. If I stood
Oh
in
God,
school, bro, I wouldn't have started this podcast. I wouldn't have. I don't know. I wouldn't have met my girlfriend. I wouldn't be in this apartment. I wouldn't be doing any of
nah,
this
yeah,
shit.
and that's so good, bro. I'm glad you're like making steps towards like your life, like the life you want.
I'm trying, bro, and it was what's the word? Stagnant for a long time. I was
No,
doing
yeah,
nothing. I was doing nothing till a couple months ago, bro. It's crazy how this shit works out, bro.
nah, it is, bro. Like literally, like on God, because like when I don't know, just school. I just hate school. I just hate school. Like I dread it.
I
I
hate
fucking
school.
dread
I
it.
was good. I was good in school from when I started to high school,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
once that college hit, I was like, what
Yep.
the
No,
what?
same here, bro. I was like I was a good student. You feel me? Like I did like all my work was. I didn't do all my work. I hated turning in work, but like I had good grades. You feel me? I
Right.
had good grades and shit. But yeah, and people would always be confused because like in high school, like senior year, I was high as fuck like every single day. Like every time somebody seen me, I was gone, like obliterated. Just because, and I feel like teachers knew too. I feel like the teachers had to know because I was gone. Like I literally just be there, like, or I had my headphones in, just bumping music, really not doing shit. But then they couldn't say shit because my grades were good. They were like, "Oh shit, well DJ's one of those students."
You're like, fuck it.
Yeah, and on God, I was promoting heavy. Anyway, okay, to all the artists, bro, that see this. And if you're in school, promote the fuck out of yourself in school. Like literally, it don't matter what people think of you. You're not gonna see those people when you graduate. So to make connections with those people, so you do see them when you graduate, connect. Be like, this is who I am. This is what I do. You know, don't be obnoxious about it. Like, oh yeah, I just make great music and shit. But you know, just be yourself and fucking put yourself out there. Like, I literally like I literally performed at my prom, right? And it was like,
I
and that
feel
the
like
way,
that's something like some people fantasize about doing.
bro, the way it happened, like after like I dropped my little tape or whatever with Fly Away, I was
Hmm.
just you know, I was getting good feedback from it, and then people were like no, no, no. I was like, damn. I posted on my story, right? I was like, damn, what if I performed at prom or some shit? And everybody was like, yeah, 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 that'd be hard. Like literally everybody. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to make it happen. So I'm literally sitting here talking to the principal and all this shit. They were like, no, no, like no. So prom night comes, right? Right. And like a few of my homies and shit. Like this is like damn near the end of prom. A few of my homies, they're like they go up to the DJ, they're like, hey yo, you should let my homie perform, blah 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 blah. And the DJ was like, well, he was like, yeah, I'm down if it don't got curse words, but you know, I don't got no clean songs. So like I was like, oh, I'm not gonna perform. And then like they were just everybody started chanting my name. And like I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's it.
And then
At that point, it's like fuck it.
I got up there, you know, got the stage fright because it was a bunch of people. But then after that, you know, I just did a little. They didn't let me perform the actual song, like so with the beat and shit, which was whack. So I just had to like, you know, a little acapella freestyle, but everybody was fucking with it, and
That's what's up.
shit was hard. Shit was hard, but yeah.
I
But
would have
oh
just
yeah,
I would have just been like, nah, bro, it has no curse words, and just like
I
ran
know.
as long as you could.
That's literally what I kept regretting. I should just been like, yeah, it doesn't have curve, but whatever. It don't even matter. Because I was like, I'm all about like setting and scene and like you know the right people being there.
Right.
Because I feel like when you have shows, especially when you're not like a mainstream type of artist, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta have like the right people there who are like interested in that type of like sound and music
Right.
because those people will connect with it. So I wasn't tripping. I was like, cool, good way to get my name out there. I'm glad I did it, and I got the stats. Like it's like boom, I performed at prom. Like a lot of people can't say that. So it's just like,
Bro, and it's good that you make this like a lesson or like something to note for people watching because I don't know who watches this podcast, you know?
mm,
I know like my friends who watch it, but there could be
yeah,
kids 12, 13 years old who want to do music or they want to produce or whatever the fuck and they're watching this and you made that a staple in their brain that they now know like yo, I should promote
feel
the
me?
fuck out of my music while I'm in
Like
school.
literally just do it. Like just do it. Like it. Like you're holding yourself back by not putting yourself out there
Right.
because people aren't gonna find you. Like, and that's just the hard truth. People are not gonna find you, especially in today, especially with TikTok and shit now.
Right.
Like, they're not looking for you, and they're not even looking for you. So it's like when you come up and you're not showing them something that they like care about, they're just gonna swipe past you in
Right.
less than a second, like less than a second. So it's like, yeah. And I wanted to, damn, I literally had the thought.
They'll come back right now. Trust.
What was I thinking about? When I think about it, I'll interject.
Trust me, that happens to me all the time and I'm the host of the show. It's terrible.
Bro, I want to start a podcast too. I know it's gonna be just like I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna have to write notes and shit down.
It's so fun, to be honest. It's so fun. And then I'm the only podcast that I really know in like the scene. There's
Mhm.
one other podcast I know, and it's a New York one. It's called Really Outside. They do it in a tent. It's really cool.
Okay, that's hard. That's hard as fuck.
I was a guest like in the beginning of the month or some shit. But whatever the fuck. And what was I gonna say? The dude who runs it is the same zodiac sign as me. I thought that was really cool. But it's really cool, man. I think it's a really easygoing thing. I think if you have like some chill ass people running a podcast,
No, yeah,
it's an easy job to do. Fucking
especially if you like to talk just about anything.
literally.
Like, like if you could do it with your friends, you could do it with your friends in front of a camera,
Right.
and people and thousands can connect, millions. They can all connect with you. And I'm like, yeah.
It's just
So yeah,
raw.
it's definitely something I'm gonna do in the future, like for sure.
It's like the new you know how like SoundCloud or no, listen, like we don't even use movie theaters anymore because everything goes straight to streaming now. I feel
Hmm.
like people don't really tune into the radio anymore because
Yeah,
things
radio's
like
ass.
we have things like Spotify and Apple and SoundCloud ish that have not only music but podcasts. So you get your talk show aspect of it and you get your music aspect of it, you know?
Yep.
So
So that's facts.
I think this is the new wave talk show radio. This is the new Howard Stern or whatever the fuck you want to say, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, you know what though? I'm not saying that radio is outdated because if Sirius XM hit me up like, yo, we want to give you your own show, I'm taking that fucking deal. You
Yeah,
know?
like I mean, shit, you got to.
You
Like
know,
it's gonna
but
put you in a bigger place. But when it comes to deals and shit, for me personally, take a deal that's gonna make you better and not the company better. Like they
right,
obviously want something that's gonna benefit them, but if it benefits you and like it's not taking nothing like too much away from what you're doing, then
right,
yeah, that's like something that you go. Cause me, I've always been like, I don't want to sign a label, and I'm still like that. I really don't want to sign a label, especially the music industry, because it's like it's really grimy,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they want you, but they don't want you. Like they want you in your music, but they don't want
The
you to like,
person, right?
yeah, yeah.
I
So
get it.
you're just a number at that point. And I'm like, I'm all about going against the system and society and shit. So it's like, I'm gonna do this shit myself and grow a community of people like me. Cause I'm like, literally, I just met you. We're already on the same type of like mind state. And I'm just like, yeah. So like, nah, shit's gonna be big.
Hell yeah. What was I gonna say? I mean, yeah, I feel you. I was always, fuck, I don't even know where to start. But long story short, like, I'm very heavy into the DIY shit, like do it yourself,
Yep.
whatever, because not only does it pay off financially, because you own everything that you make,
Hmm.
but also it's just you have full creative control,
You get skills
full
from that.
everything, and yeah, if you can do everything yourself, that means you're gaining skills in audio and video, whatever the fuck you're doing,
And you can
so.
sell that too.
Right,
Business.
exactly,
It's
exactly.
like, it's all business.
Hell yeah, bro.
No cap.
Yeah, man. What time is it? Let me see. Not to like rush us. I think we're doing great. I
Oh
think
no,
we're
you're
doing
good.
fine.
You're good. Shit.
Um, no, yeah. So we'll move more into like our regular, like not regular traditional questions, because it's all supposed to be off the head, unscripted, which it is, because we've been talking for like an hour
Nah,
about
yeah.
everything. But just kind of making more towards you and just really put light on you, even though I feel like you put light on yourself by just talking. Because we're just talking about shit and they're like, damn, these
You feel
guys are
me? Yeah.
some
People understand. I
yeah,
understand.
some deep dudes right here. But
Nah, yeah, yeah.
no, yeah, man. So we discussed inspirations and we asked the name and stuff like that. And I gotta ask, like, what are you working on right now and stuff like that when it comes
So
to anything?
so right now I'm about to drop like an alternative type song called City of Lies.
Okay.
And yeah, I wanna start pushing that heavy. And this ain't official yet, but like I wanna make like an album like that, like alternative post-punk type shit.
Right.
And I wanna drop it like summertime-ish because I wanna like throw a show in the summer. So I
Okay.
want to drop it like summertime-ish and then perform it.
Right.
But yeah, just working on that shit. And then I've been doing a lot of like I've been making like hella beats and stuff, trying to get better at make production and shit. And yeah, nah, yeah, just really focusing in on the craft. You feel me? And then I'm promoting this shit like a lot more. Just really trying to stay consistent with TikTok
Right.
for real.
I will definitely. I gotta give you a follow because you're trying so hard. I'm like, I have to. I have to. I'm
Yeah,
not a
man,
TikTok
it's
guy like that, but I'm like, you know,
just just trying to make shit pop, bro. Like I don't even do this for me for like I do it for myself, obviously, but I feel like I gotta do it for myself so everybody else could be like, okay, we can do it too. You
right.
know what I mean? Because it's like you can tell people they can do it, but people a lot of people don't believe in themselves because they don't really know who they are.
Let the actions speak for the words.
Exactly.
I feel you. That's like, I mean, I don't think everyone wants to be a podcaster when they're 13. I think the music side of things is a lot more um exciting and fun.
Yeah.
But I feel I carry the same mentality when it comes to what I do in the sense of but even then since I talk about music, I hope that what I speak and what I do helps people.
Mm.
So I feel you.
Nah, that's facts. On me, bro. Yeah, bro. Just really trying to stay tapped in, like just tapped in with all the artists I'm working with, all the artists I'm connected to. And we're all small, no big artists, not yet. You feel me?
Right.
But it's gonna happen.
I
It's gonna
gotta
happen.
I gotta ask, with your music, are you self-producing a lot of your shit, or do you have other producers doing your stuff?
So I have like other producers, like YouTube and shit too.
Mhm.
I try to, just try to stay. I use YouTube to like find producers that I like, and then
Right.
like I'll make a song and then I'll send it to the producer, and then see if they fuck with it, then they'll fuck with you. They'll try to like send you more beats. If they
Right.
don't, whatever, and boom, they're probably getting 100 songs, all the time. So it's like you can't really stress on it.
Right.
But the people that do fuck with it, that's the people that you need to like, really like lock in on and be like, all right, boom, let's work, do this and that. So
Right.
yeah, just
And
trying to do.
I never it's good that you say this because I never thought of doing that at all when I was making music. I was so shitty at like marketing myself as a musician, whether it was out of like self-confidence issues or whatever.
You're just really too you're just hella self-conscious about it. But it's like I feel like just the next step is like once you break out of that, now you're like, okay, people need to hear my shit. So now how do I do that? You don't want to, and like you're kind of like, oh yeah, I don't want to be annoying, but nigga, you got to get past the audience that you already have. You got to get past that and reach new people. So like, if you want to do that, then you got to be consistent as fuck. You got to
Right.
post a lot. You got
Right.
to be in people's faces and shit.
Right. Exactly. And it's cool though. It's cool that you're able to do it, and it's cool that other people are able to do it. Like, and I think I've even thought about like coming back to and doing music. I do features and stuff for my friends and stuff like that now.
Mm.
When it comes to music now, I'm not as self conscious or insecure. Maybe because I feel like I'm a fucking grown ass man and who gives a fuck what people think on the internet now compared to when I was like 16, 17 trying to do
Yeah,
this shit. But with all that being said, it's really cool that you have like you have a stern idea of what you're doing and how to do and how to maneuver. I think it's really
yeah.
cool.
Trying to create a plan with this shit.
Right.
Plan it out, hit the goals that you set, and then you just move on to the next.
Right. Talking, moving away from music slightly, but not really, because we're just talking about things loosely related to music. Like you mentioned earlier, music videos, and I'd like you to even expand on that. Of like, how's that gone with music videos you've done or music videos you want to do? How's the creative process for
Oh
creating a
yeah.
really DJ video?
So right now, I feel like in the mindset I'm in, I'm trying to create an underground scene out here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really trying to do it because I feel like so Riverside is like an hour 30, 2 hours with bad traffic from LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I say in like the Inland Empire, so it's like a collective of like cities and shit that's like in this area. So
Right.
I stay over here, right? Over here, there's not really a big rap scene at all. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
just the local Cali rappers and shit, but it ain't like nothing for the youth, like the underground, like
Right.
none of that shit. So I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to do it in Riverside specifically, like first, because Riverside is like it's like it's like when you think of Riverside, it's like you think of like it's lame, it's calm, lame, chill, whatever. It's just like one of those cities, you feel me? Nothing's
Right.
really going on. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make shit go on. Like if we there's so many people that listen to underground music out here that like I've met, just like I've heard people listening to a song and I'm like, oh, I didn't know they listened to that. And it's just like if we could bring all those people together and then bring all the artists who are making like different shit together, like I feel like it could be big and it could literally create a whole like different type of scene out here. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
But yeah, and I'm not even from out here. I really fuck with Riverside. I just fuck with the area. They showed me mad love, so I'm like,
It's like some like Messiah prophet story. It's like you came and you found this land, and now it's like your duty to like.
yeah, and I'm just like, I really had an inclination because I had my first show in October, my first like it was like my first like underground type show,
Right.
and after that, so after that, I did shrooms like right after my performance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I was just in my head a lot, and I was thinking to myself, like, I literally spazzed out. Like I didn't tell this many people that, but like I went crazy, right? I went crazy. Like after the show, like the show was good. Like I did good or whatever. People were fucking with it, and I was like, cool, cool. Then I took the shrooms and shit, and then I was just thinking, I'm like, it's like one of those crazy shroom thoughts. But I was like, we need to do this shit in Riverside because that's where people fuck with us. And I kept saying it. I just kept repeating that. I'm like, that's where people fuck with us. It's in Riverside. Like if we did it in Riverside, like so many people could come out. And because I have a lot of people that fuck with me and they'll show up for me. So I'm like, if we did it in Riverside, we'd have like it would just everybody like it would be hella people that would come to it
Right.
because like the punk scene, because the punk scene's like what's really going out here. Like that's like you can go to a punk show like every weekend, you know what I mean? But like when it when it comes to rap, like ain't shit going on over here. So I'm like, yeah, we need to change that. And it ain't just gonna be for rap. Like if you do like type like alternative type music, just like rock and shit, like that shit's welcome too. We just want to bring it in one spot so people can come like shit enjoy music all together
There's
instead of having
there's a guy you should follow, and he does something like that, but in New Jersey, and he did it. From what I've known, because he uploads on YouTube, and he's a musician, but he also hosts events and he like vlogs or documents everything like documentary shit on YouTube.
yeah.
Um, and he's doing shit like that, but in New Jersey, I guess he felt like shit in New Jersey was not lit, shit was whack, da da da. He needed to make a scene up there, so he pretty much
Mhm.
went up and made a scene for himself. And his name is Kurt Donovan, K
Kurt
U
Donovan.
KURTDONOVAN. Yeah, I think that's how it's spelled. And he's cool. He's like heavily tied into the New York scene. He's over here type shit. But I think that's really cool that you have that goal, and I hope that you can continue, maybe even taking inspiration from someone else who does it, or even just
Yeah, nah, yeah.
doing it amongst yourself and just doing it. I think that'd be really dope because I think my big thing that I like is community when it comes to music.
Nah, it's facts. It's community, like people just bonding, you know what I mean? I feel like that's great. Like literally when I go to like punk shows and shit, just shows in general, and I'm just talking to people, like I love that shit. Just like we're just connecting like over and like, just connecting over the music, just being here, we're both in the same spot. Like all that shit you gotta take into account.
Right,
So like, and I'm really trying to build this shit from the ground up, like everything from the ground up. It's like that's just how I want to do it. Like
right.
everybody's like, oh yeah, what about a label? Blah 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 blah. Like it's not like labels aren't hitting me right now, not yet. But
Hmm.
it's like I feel like if a label is hitting you, that means you're in the right direction. You
Right.
know? So I'm like, why don't you just keep your momentum? It'll be a little slower, but at the same time, like if you're on your own terms, it could be slow or like if you've been doing it, it could just pop off like whenever. And now
Right.
you're set. Now you're making your own money. You got all your royalties. Now you're paying people to handle shit for you instead of people like just assigning shit to you. Now they take all your royalties, they take all your shit. Like, nah.
I even look at it like in this journey. Yeah, all right, man.
Oh, and I was looking for my wallet, but I find it.
I'm just all good. I was gonna say, I feel like in this journey to success or whatever, to the journey of land and honey, or
Mm,
honey and milk, or whatever, or however you want to say it, which is just succeeding in what you want to do. I feel like as a musician, you're on this way, this journey to being a successful musician, right? Successful artist. You
mm,
create out of passion and the love for the craft.
yeah,
I feel like record labels reaching out to you is like the apple, like type shit, like biting the apple type shit. Like it's tests and temptations to see if you'll bite. But if you really stick it out the whole way without
if you
doing any of that shit, it'll probably be more rewarding in the very end.
yes, bro. Because like every artist you hear that's talking about they signed to a label, they're always complaining this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to have to go through that. But yeah, I really just don't want to have to go through that. Like, I
Right,
feel like I can create my sound myself. I don't need nobody to like develop my shit. Like, cause when I go to the studio and shit, like I just be like, damn, like the engineer, they know what they're doing, but like at the same time, like if you know how to do like what you do, you kind of want to do it yourself.
right. Like you don't want to put it in the trust of someone else's hands when you can do it yourself, and have the full control of all of it.
Yeah, like yeah,
That's
but
awesome. I'm the same way. I feel you. I'd rather do it myself than have anybody else do it for me. I
that's the
learned it the hard way too. You go and you try to give people these chances to help you in what you want to do and capture your vision, and people don't care about it as much as you
yeah,
do.
they don't care as much
And
as
they
you do.
drop the ball, and it happens.
I'm already knowing, bro. Especially with this music shit, bro. It's like yeah, the true colors come out for real when people like the people that are fucking with you and cool with you, like it really switch up and you'll see like their like the real side or how they really feel about you. And I
Right,
and that's a blessing in itself because it's like you can't have a you can't have people bringing you down that always around you. You know what I mean? Like
right,
your friends. And shit, people won't agree with this, but even your family, bro. Like family, they're everybody's human. Like everybody's human. Like they can make mistakes that shouldn't be forgiven just because they're family. You know what I mean?
right. That's
And your
true.
family, to artists, your family's probably not gonna believe in you. Definitely. Like I've literally had arguments with me and my mom, me and my dad, just like they're not gonna believe in what you're doing, especially even if you know like it could go somewhere, like they not seeing it. So
Right,
you can't really try to convince them. You just gotta show them. You just gotta,
right.
you know.
I feel you. That I feel that. I feel what you're saying. It's good that you say these things because if I'm feeling it, I know everybody else is feeling it.
No,
But
yeah, yeah.
it's like I feel you. Like even like with music or like with this podcast shit, like I love my parents. I love my parents to fucking death. But
Thanks, bro.
do I look as productive? Did I look as productive then when I was home on my ass in my parents' basement doing a podcast as I do now, working on my own doing a podcast? No. I look way more productive now. I had to get out that environment because what happens is I don't know, maybe you have a stronger mind than I do, but with my fucking, your parents tell you they're like, "Yo, you got to go get a job." This shit da 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 isn't gonna be this, and it's not gonna be that, and it's not gonna be da da da, and you believe it because it's your parents telling you,
Yeah,
and you
exactly.
believe
No,
your parents are always have your best interests.
exactly. But it's like they don't really know what your best interest is because they're not you. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like they know they want you to go on the path that like that's secure for you, that they're kind of securing for you. You know what I mean? Like we told you to do this, so just do it. You'll be fine. But
right,
like in the midst of doing that shit, you don't feel fine. Like you're like, what the fuck? Like I hate this shit. Like I hate it. You know what I mean? And that's like right now I'm still living with my parents. I'm trying to get out too. That's why I'm like trying to start working. Boom, save up. Like they want me to go back to school.
that's what they all want,
They
but
want me to go back to school. I said, yeah, I'm just pushing it back and back until I could like stack up
yeah,
my coins, get the fuck out, and make shit happen. Cause I know as soon as I move out, like it's gonna be hard. Like I'm already knowing I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, it's gonna blow. But it's gonna be hard. But after I get used to settling into being alone and just by myself, bro, I'm like I'm trying to make the biggest moves possible. Like the
that
biggest moves possible. I'm like
and nothing can stop you for real.
yeah, bro. Like right now, I'm in the process of trying to like build a routine so I can like make this shit my life, just like the
Hmm.
music, the promoting, just make it normal to me. Make it like a shit, make it second nature. So I get up and do it every day. And then once that's like locked in and I'm just doing that, I'm still like stuck like that, then I'm just add more shit to my routine to do, you know what I mean? Like, just staying productive. Oh shit, it's 2:11. All right. I gotta go soon because the interview is at 2:30.
How far are you away from the thing?
Not too far, not too far, like probably like 8 minutes.
Okay, okay, okay. So you know what? That's great because I was already thinking in my head that we should wrap it up now, and I was looking at the time, and it's so funny that our heads work the same way.
Don't we?
But all right, so I mean, feedback on the last stuff you said. I definitely think you're gonna fucking have way more momentum once you're out of that environment. Sometimes the bird needs to leave his nest to fly.
Indeed, 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 indeed.
So I feel you. Or what was another analogy? It was like, oh, if you put a shark in like a 10-inch tank, it's only going to grow to this size. But if you put it in a bigger tank with more opportunity or whatever, it's going to grow to a bigger ass
Yeah,
shark.
it's gonna be a big shark.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So definitely like a good way to look at it when it comes to just keep working on that. But I'm here with you on the same shit. We're doing the same shit, brother.
You feel me? You feel me?
So now we'll do it. Comes down to the wrap up. Which before I wrap this up, I just want to ask if there's anything, any corner, crack, crevice, crease of really DJ that we did not talk about or cover that you want to cover on your interview.
Uh, so one thing I wanted to say is people should really try to obtain the entrepreneur mindset because it'll get you farther because this life is a business. If you want to just work for somebody, then mind you, that's the life that you signed up for. If you're just saying, like, yeah, I'm just gonna just work for somebody, boom. But if you want to do bigger and be more successful and actually like have financial freedom, you should definitely obtain the entrepreneur mindset
Oh
and try
yeah.
to make yourself a boss in a business. And another thing is I go by the Reaper. That's my persona. You feel me? But it's a contradictory because it's like how the Reaper, like the Grim Reaper, he's like a scary figure. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like yeah, on the outside I'm portrayed as like a scary figure, a monster. People are scared of me on the outside, but on the inside I'm just trying to understand everything, trying to understand everyone.
Right.
I would just that's just me. You feel me? Like not tough on the outside, weak on the inside because I'm not weak, but it's like I'm portrayed like as like feared on the outside. You feel me?
Right. Right.
And it's just like on the inside, I'm more loving and caring and shit. I want people to understand me, but I'm misunderstood.
Right.
And yeah, the Reaper. I had to kill my old self to let my new self live.
Some Scorpio shit for real.
Indeed.
Some like mysterious. Yo, I love Scorpios so much, bro. I'm telling you, my closest people are Scorpios for real. And you guys are just so mysterious and dark. But I know you guys care about stuff. I know my best friend's a Scorpio, and he's like the like most like chill, like quiet guy, whatever. Da da da.
Feel me? Lay back.
But he'll like I know like him and I got that love. But all right. Well, is there anything? Oh, it's fucking radiator. I'm like, there's definitely some crazy noise you're hearing now. Anywho, is there anything else that you want to talk about before we wrap it up for the one time?
uh, shit, not much. Just everybody stay on your grind, man. Like, it's tough right now. I know it's tough for a lot of people right now, but tough times don't last. You feel me?
Right.
Pain is temporary. So keep pushing through it and watch what blossoms after that. Like, plant the seed right now, let the seed grow, push through the dirt, and see what it becomes. You feel me?
Hell yeah. I
And you
like
too,
that.
you too, keep working with this shit, bro. Because I remember I seen your drug spell interview, and I seen the one with Love Digi, because those are the homies and shit. And I was just
Hell
like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's how, like I fuck with this guy, and I've just
Yo,
been
bro,
following you ever
and
since. Just
there's been so much improvement. I feel like since those two interviews, and those weren't that long ago at all. Those were months ago.
feel me?
So thank you, bro. I'm glad that people like you watch and support, and I'm glad that people that support you and watch you will watch this and support this.
Bro, it's because we coincide. You feel me? Like you put on for us, and us being on here. If we blow up, we put on for you. So it's
Right.
like,
It's very much a mutual
yeah, mutual.
exchange.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, man.
But yeah,
I'll wrap it up for you because I know you got things to do, which was that well, bam, pal. This was the Cult of Personality podcast hosted by yours truly, Mikeymcchoppa. With us today was really DJ. Thank you for joining us for the last hour or so. Thank you, people watching and listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube, all that stuff, blah, 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 for listening and watching for the last hour.
you feel me?
And we'll see you next Monday. Happy Mikey Monday. Peace, love, and hair grease. And shit.